Hi there, Stanton here from AlgoTrading. Today we are going to be discussing the RSI indicator and does it work on crypto? RSI is one of my favorite indicators. I've used it extensively through a lot of my algos, and I'm going to now show you, how do you use RSI when trading Bitcoin or crypto in general. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to run a couple of back tests using my Multifarious BYBIT EA. I'm going to first run the RSI as a mean reversion strategy. So what that means is that when the RSI reaches overbought or oversold situation, so if it is above 70 or below 30, so if it's above 70, generally what you would do in the case of using the RSI is sell. And if it goes below 30, generally what you would do is buy. So these are typical mean reversion strategies. So what we're really testing now is that, do mean reversion strategies work on Bitcoin? And if not, what other RSI configurations can we do in order to get the RSI indicator to work on Bitcoin? So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm using my Multifarious BYBIT EA. I'm going to keep my stop loss. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to load my Multifarious version 4 set. This is the one I'm currently running live. So I've got my stop loss configured, my take profit, all of that. We'll just run it as is. I'm just going to lower the risk. I'm going to put the risk at 1%. And I'm going to only have one buy and one sell open at a time. So the first test we're going to do, we're going to run a mean reversion strategy on Bitcoin. And the only indicator I'm going to use is going to be the RSI. So I'm setting to use the moving averages to false. I'm just see that everything else is set to false. So all we're doing now is running RSI. We're going to run it at the standard 14 period. That's default RSI. We are going to sell if the level exceeds 70. We're going to buy if the level goes below 30, and we're going to run it on the current time frame. So we're running it on the 5-minute chart, and we are not going to reverse the signal. This input here, reverse signal, it means if it's set to false, it will use the standard mean reversion style of using the RSI. If you set to true, it will use a momentum style. But let's first work on the mean reversion style. So what's going to happen now is that it's going to buy when it's above 70, and it's going to sell, it's going to sell when it's above 70, and it's going to buy when it's below 30. So let's run a back test. So you can see it's okay. If we go to the back test, we made $175 profit. Still 85% winning trades, which is not bad. I mean, we could probably play with the stop loss and the take profits and things like that to get it a little bit better. Maybe let's not take a trailing stop. Let's see what our thing is if we don't use a trailing stop. No, that just loses. Yeah, let's just run it with our default settings the way it is, because we know that it's a scalping strategy. It will take profit as soon as it reaches that level. So let's just run this back test again. You could probably get it more profitable, but we're just going to run it with the exact same settings on both sides. So if you look at the back test, we made $175 profit on $1,000 deposit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch these settings. So again, we're only using the RSI, and now I'm going to reverse the signal. So what I'm going to say is that on the 14 period, if it's above 50, buy, and if it's below 50, sell. So all we're doing is saying that if the RSI goes above 50, buy. If it goes below 50, sell. So what we've done now is converted our mean reversion strategy into a momentum strategy just by using the RSI indicator. Now I'm going to run that. And if you look at the graph, the results are so much better. If we go to our back test, we deposited 1,000. We made 9,000. So we made 900%. Drawdown, everything looks decent. So there's a test for you. So I've done many back tests on and optimizations on Bitcoin using the RSI. And what I found is that as a mean reversion strategy, the RSI indicator does not work. But when you use it as a momentum indicator, the RSI is very, very powerful when it comes to trading Bitcoin and crypto. So there you have it. You could test these results yourself. You could get my Multifarious BYBIT EA. Try it out. I have over 8 different indicators that you could play with and test it out for yourself. Try mean reversion strategies on Bitcoin. Try momentum strategies on Bitcoin and come to see what the results are for yourself. Actually, while we're here, let's do one more test. So I'm going to turn off the RSI completely, and then I'm going to use the momentum indicator. I'm just going to use the momentum indicator. So what the momentum indicator does is, I'm just going to do it on the current period. And what the momentum indicator does, so if it is above 100, it's going to buy, and if it's below 100, it's going to sell. And I'm going to just use the close price as well. So let's run that. This is the momentum. I've not done any optimizations on this. All I've done is just using the momentum indicator. And let's run this back test. So I mean, with optimizations, with other things, you could get this to be a lot more profitable. If you look at the back test, did 700% in 2 years, and actually the results, the drawdowns are a lot less. So there's a little bit of a tip. If you are looking to develop algos or expert advisors to trade on Bitcoin, the first place you should start looking at is some sort of momentum strategy. You could try mean reversion strategies, but I have done many optimizations, many backtests, and found that it just doesn't work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more. Cheers.